everyone, The Realist here, and today's video was delayed for like 3 or 4 days. I'm recording this on October 19th. I've already recorded this like 3 other times, so let's just speed through it. Tonight's video, we will be ranking every single Spirit Halloween theme from 2015 to 2023. Now, I will say, 3 of these themes, unfortunately, I never got to experience because my store was not big enough for 3 of them. But out of the 3, I only like 1 of them, really. So let's just start off. I don't even want to waste much time. The original recording for this was 40 minutes long, so let's try and half that time. So coming in dead last, pun not intended, is the Dead Harvest Farmhouse. This theme is so boring. I remember when this thing got leaked, it was like, oh, that looks pretty nice. And then it was officially like, when stores started opening, like, it's just so underwhelming. It's literally just the porch, and then the inside is like all black with the little black light decals of Jack the Reaper holding a sign and Lost Her Way in it. Like, it's just overall not good. And even if they had like things on the inside other than Lost Her Way and the fog and whatnot, it would have been a lot better. But it just leaves something to be desired. It could have been good, but they just did not execute it right. Honestly, Dead Harvest Farmhouse is dead last on my list. Coming in at number 17, I know a lot of you guys are going to absolutely despise me for this placement on my list, but I gotta say it. Otherwise, I'd be lying. Number 17 on my list is Area 31. I think that this theme was a bad execution of an amazing idea. The animatronic placement in this theme sucks. Levitator Girl does not even fit here. Why is Hazmat Zombie here? Why are there basement doors? Like, the animatronic placement could be a lot better. The only ones that really make sense are Area 31 Capsule, Cryo Chamber Corpse, Toe Tag Corpse, High Voltage Fenced-In Zombie, but everything else, no. And I just feel that this theme leaves something to be desired. It just does not feel good enough. I feel like if it were made in the future, like, say, last year or something, seeing with, like, all the insane stuff from last year's themes, it could have been a lot better, but Area 31 compared to all these, honestly, pretty disappointing. And number 16, a lot of you guys are going to hate me for putting anything above Area 31, but that's just how it is. We have Reaper's Island Cave. Yes, one of the most hated themes ever, above Area 31, a theme that people actually enjoyed. Yes, in my opinion, I just hate to say it, but it's better. Now, I will say, due to COVID-19, this theme could not have a walkthrough. It was originally supposed to have a walkthrough, but sadly, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, that had to be scrapped, and I think it would have been a lot better with that. There were going to be like TV screens in it too, like you're inside a volcano and stuff. Like, it was so cool, but COVID had to ruin it. Honestly, this theme would have been ranked a lot higher if it weren't for COVID. It had a lot of missed potential, but that's not Spirit's fault, sadly. Either way, Reaper's Island Cave was what it was, and it's number 16 on my list. Coming in at number 15, we have the Halloween Factory Floor from 2021. Honestly, this theme just feels underwhelming. Like, there wasn't really much to it. 2021's themes were okay. I mean, I used to like them a lot, but looking back, they were just okay. Yeah, Factory Floor, it was kind of underwhelming. The animatronic placement sucked as well. It just could have been a lot better. Number 15, this was from my second year at Spirit Halloween. We have the Clock Tower from 2016. Honestly, back then, Spirit didn't really have a certain theming with their, like, lineup or whatever. Like, as you can see, for the past few years, we've been getting themed things, like 2018, we got a farm theme with, like, farm-themed props and whatnot. 2019, we didn't really get any aquatic-themed props, but we got, like, the whole, like, aquatic setting. 2020, we didn't really get that vibe to it with the sneak peeks and stuff, but we got an island theme and an island cave. 2021, the whole year was based on the factory, even though we didn't really get factory-esque props. Last year, I could say, was the best year with theming, I guess, or fitting props into a theme. And this year, we had, like, the whole cemetery thing. Back then, we just got the most random displays ever, like a clock tower in a hotel. And honestly, I feel like the clock tower is actually pretty decent. I don't really care for it too much. I don't like it. Well, I would be lying if I said I didn't like it. I don't know. I feel like it could have been a lot better. It's just an okay theme in my opinion. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just boring. Coming in at number 13, possibly one of Spirit's most forgotten ISEs ever, we have Spirit Hollow's Bridge. No one even talks about this theme, and honestly, I can see why. Even though I kind of like this theme, there just isn't much to get out of it. It's just okay. Like, there were no highlights of this theme except for the walkthrough. I think that was like the first time we ever got a walkthrough in the front theme. And then that just started a whole plethora of walkthrough themes, which, I mean, I don't know, the walkthrough can make or break a theme. But personally, I think this theme was okay. I don't have any cons with it or anything. Prop placement was actually pretty good, except for Creepy Towering Clown. You have all these weird creatures that feel like they would just be abandoned in a forest. Heck, I'd even say Tricycle Doll looks like she'd be abandoned in a forest. And then you freaking got Towering Clown. Like, I don't know. But I feel like this was a pretty good theme. The prop placement was probably one of the best of any Spirit year, honestly. I don't really have much bad things to say about Spirit Hollow. It's just overall pretty nice theme. Coming in at number 12, we have Reaper's Island. I honestly don't get the hate for this theme. Like, a lot of people seem to despise this theme, but hear me out. The only bad thing about this theme is Pennywise, Sam, and Johnny Punk. I don't think anything else is licensed in this theme. It's just those two. But here's why I say that. Licensed characters do not belong in Spirit Halloween ISEs. Like, I feel like the licensed props either A, need their own display, B, be in-box only, or C, be online only, which probably isn't a good idea. Obviously, I'd rather them be in-box only, because I don't care for licensed props in Spirit Halloween ISEs. But really, anything can fit on an island, like, anything. Like, it's a freaking village. A lot of people were complaining about clowns being there, and I just don't see why. Like, what? And, like, you know, like, I don't have a problem with the prop placement, except for Johnny Punk, because he sucks. One of the most horrible props ever. And just the licensed props, because I just don't think licensed props would fit in a Spirit Halloween theme. But overall, I don't understand the hate for this theme at all. Some of you may disagree, some of you may agree, but this is just my opinion. Just don't take things too seriously here if you disagree on something. It's just my opinion. Number 11, we have the Spirit Halloween Factory. I wish I could rank this theme higher, but just coming to think of, I used to think this theme was so good, but now come to think of it, like, it's so underwhelming compared to the rest of the themes on this list. There wasn't really much to it other than the freaking countdown. The walkthrough was so bland and boring. It was just the pumpkin gut tiles on the floor and the chains. Like, they couldn't do anything better with the walkthrough. The Carvomatic thing with the pumpkins was a nice touch, but the animatronic placement for this theme absolutely sucked. The only things that seem to fit in this theme are the jumping spider, because spiders can literally go anywhere, except for probably, I guess, an aquatic theme, like if it's underwater. Buzzsaw, because he has like tools for hands, so it kind of makes sense. Give him a hard hat and it would actually look pretty good. And Grim, because, you know, it's a skeleton, so you could just give him a hard hat and he'd fit in just fine. But the other props in this theme made absolutely no sense at all. I wish I could rank this theme higher, because seeing it in person, I absolutely loved it, but yeah, just looking back, it just could have been a lot better. Up next on my list, I feel like this theme is really underrated, even though I'm rating it so low, but number 11 is the Voodoo Swamp. Honestly, this could just be biased because of nostalgia, although I really don't think I am biased on nostalgia for this theme. I just think overall it's really good. It was the first thing I ever saw when I walked into a Spirit Halloween for the first time, and it was just a cool experience. The animatronic placement was fine, except for Incinerator Zombie. Like, what? You have all these props that feel like would belong in a swamp, and then you just have this giant freaking incinerator. Like, what the heck? I would even say Harbinger of Hell doesn't really fit here either, but everything else, I feel like it was a great theme. I would love to rate this higher, but there are much better themes in my opinion. We have Dr. J. Reaper's Monster Laboratory. Dr. J. Reaper's Monster Laboratory was honestly really cool in person. I loved the lighting and items they used to give this theme a lab-ish look to it. Like, I freaking loved this theme in person. It was so, like, well, not really too interactive, because, you know, I'd say the back theme was more interactive, but this theme was honestly really cool in person. I don't understand why 2022 in particular got so much hate as a year in general. Really, it was a great year. This theme was awesome in person. The animatronic placement was pretty good, except for Shorty, Tombstone Terror, and Bog Zombie, I'd say. But otherwise, I thought this was an amazing theme. Spirit Acres Farm. I kind of like Spirit Acre Farms. I feel like this is also another year where almost all the stuff actually fits in the theme, except I'd say Hugs and Towering Clown. Like, why the heck? They only brought back Towering Clown because he was popular, which, hot take, I don't see why Towering Clown was so popular. But they only included him in the themes because he was popular and he was returning. And Hugs was just new. He was like basically the Towering Clown of 2018, except way better, because Towering Clown sucks in my opinion. Yeah, sorry, I had to say that. Even though clowns are like my favorite prop, as stupid as that sounds, I don't like Towering Clown. He's pretty overrated. But this ain't about props, this is about themes, and I thought Spirit Acre Farms was pretty cool in person. I feel like they couldn't get much better with the prop placement other than removing freaking the clowns. I don't know why they added clowns to the theme, but it was a pretty great theme. We have Dr. J. Reaper's Testing Laboratory. This was so cool, okay? The walkthrough, even though I did not get to experience, like, the full potential of the walkthrough in person, because my freaking store never had anything turned on in there, except for, like, some of the lights. I don't think the live wires were set up either, sadly. But I feel like this theme was so good. Like, okay, a few props didn't need to be there, like Betty Sharp, Bag O' Bones, since it's literally a potato sack. Who else? Little Skelly Bones? Why is Skelly there? Reagan, like I said, I don't think licensed props and themes makes much sense. Mr. Dark kind of fits because he's like this weird, tall creature. I guess that's kind of laboratory-ish. And I can't really remember anyone except Lucky Bottoms. Some of the props fit, like Nozzles, Mr. Dark, but that was really it. Like, the other animatronics didn't seem to fit in this theme. And I'd say, like, they did a lot better job with prop placement in the front theme than, yeah. What they should have done is, like, put Dr. Allume where Reagan is, and then have some more things, like, what else was released in 2022? Let me just go look real quick. They could have had Deadly Creeper in place of, like, Betty Sharp, Bag O' Bones, whoever else, because it's a giant spider. It's pretty laboratory-ish to me. And they could have even had Spike in the theme. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really feel laboratory-ish, but I feel like Spike would have been a great touch to this theme. But overall, it's a great theme. I think the prop placement could have been a lot better. Still an awesome theme, regardless. Now, we're at number 6, and after this, I will be getting into my favorite Spirit Halloween themes, possibly of all time, because, like, the top 5 are really good, and I gotta say, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it. This video is already gonna be over 20 minutes, sadly, so, you know, it's okay, I guess. So, number 6 on my list is the SS Riptide, and my god, I love this theme. I will say, Pennywise, again, I don't like the idea of licensed characters, horror characters, being in something for Spirit Halloween, unless they're, like, in their own little display themed on the movie they're from. But, other than that, I think the prop placement for this theme was spectacular. Like, it's a ship. Anyone can go on a ship. Anything can go on a ship. Like, it just makes sense. However, I think we could have had some aquatic themed props on this ship. It would have made things a lot better. I don't have a problem with any of the props except Sam and Pennywise, but everything else on the boat, it's fine to me. Like, a lot of people were complaining about, oh, why are clowns on a boat? They're passengers, okay? They can go on a freaking boat. Yeah, sorry about that. I just don't see why people are complaining about the prop placement for this theme in particular. This is an amazing theme. I don't have any complaints with it whatsoever, except the license props, like I said. I just wish it could be a little more interactive. But it's a ship. It's not like you can just go on it, which that would honestly be a cool idea. Like, a staircase that takes you up to the top level of the ship so you can walk to all the animatronics up close. That would be pretty cool, but unfortunately that couldn't happen, so yeah. SS Riptide was a great theme regardless. I just think it could have been a little better, more interactive, and it would be a lot higher on my list. But now we are coming into the top 5, and as much as I feel like I would get attacked for saying this, out of all the years 2015 to 2023, this year's Front ISE has made it to number 5 on my list. I just can't help but like this year's themes. I will say, once again, I don't like license props in the themes. It just feels so off. I feel like it would have been better if we had Deathstalker in the back section of the theme where Slim was. Maybe even Creepy Rising Doll in the front, like next to Stilts. who else could have we had in that theme? Because there were, like, I guess a few props that I didn't like in there. I also feel like the sitting scarecrow was a pretty useless addition, but since he's like a classic prop and it's like the 40th anniversary, I guess it would be okay. But I feel like Lil Jack Carver would have been better. Heck, better yet, like, there shouldn't have even been any farm-themed props in the theme at all, honestly. I will just go ahead and just, yeah, say that. And I don't really think anything else would be able to replace Martian. Like, I'm not sure what else would go there. Like, there aren't any other props that are, like, inbox only or filler that would take that spot. The animatronic placement could have been better. I mean, it's a mausoleum, so I guess technically anyone or anything can visit, I guess. Or not actually go inside. Or, I don't know, bro. I don't really know what to think about the prop placement in this theme, but I love it regardless, especially that walkthrough. It's so amazing, but I just wish it were a little more interactive inside, like last year's front theme with the animatronic switches and whatnot. But regardless, I liked this theme. I still do like it because, yeah, it's the current theme. But not as much as number 4, which is also from this year. We have Mausoleum Row. The animatronic placement for this theme is almost perfect. The one thing I would change about this theme is I would replace Hellspawn for Emmeline, and it would be absolutely perfect. The lighting for this theme is freaking incredible. In the dark, this theme would go absolutely bonkers. Like, I do also wish they had like a blue light shining on Howling Spirit or a black light so that he kind of glue up in the dark, give him like this really awesome ghostly appearance. And if they had Emmeline there, they could have put one on her too. But like, the lighting for this theme and just the overall prop placement is near perfect. I loved this year's theming so much. It's been so long since we've seen something like this, and it's kind of like a twist, sort of, on a classic Halloween display. That's basically what this year's themes are. And I also will say, I kind of wish the Cauldroness was in this theme. Like, in the middle of Howling Spirit and Hellspawn, they could have put the Cauldroness. The Cauldroness and Emmeline would have made this theme a lot better. But this year's back theme, I really can't complain about it much. Like, it was almost perfect in every single way. So number 3 on my ranking, we have the Reaper's Wharf. Reaper's Wharf was one of the 3 themes I never got to see in person, sadly. But even though I never got to see it in its full glory, nothing can stop me from liking this theme. I bet if I saw it in person, fully stocked, it would be even higher on my list. Possibly my second favorite, or even my favorite theme. I will say I can't complain too much about the animatronic placement either, because it's like a wharf, so like, I guess anyone can be there. But hear me out. This isn't really like a thing about the theme, but like, what if we got a fisherman animatronic on the wharf, and like old stores that year made their floors blue, kind of like water? That would be pretty cool. Except for like the front part where the archway is. I don't know, bro. But yeah, they could have even made like, I don't know, a skeleton, a random skeleton on a barrel holding a fishing rod with like a skeleton fish. And even that would have made it a lot better. Like, all the way in the back of the theme. Like, it just would have been so much better. The aquarium aspect to it is absolutely amazing. I love that idea of, like, all these random things. Or not really random, but all these creatures. Like, it was just so interactive. There was so much to see in this theme. Like, I'm so jealous of anyone who was able to witness this in person. It just seemed so freaking dope. But I will say for these, I feel like nostalgia is kind of biased for the top two. So, kicking it off, number 2 on my list, Haunted Hotel from 2016. This is one of the most underrated Spirit Halloween themes ever. Like, when do you ever hear people talk about the Haunted Hotel? It's like, no one ever talks about Haunted Hotel. It sucks, because it was absolutely amazing. I don't care what anyone else says. But, like, it's just freaking amazing. I don't have any complaints with this theme, except for probably Rising Reaper being there. Like, I don't get why he was there of all things. I feel like Morning Glory should have been in the clock tower instead. But everything else in the theme, honestly, like, I had no complaints. I love the little try me buttons disguised as bells. So, like, when you rung the bell, it would activate the... I wonder who has those. Like, I would love to get one of those for some reason. And, like, the elevators, like, even though, yeah, it was just try me buttons with stickers on them, I loved the idea of making them, like, elevator buttons, like, up, down. They should have put the number pad there, too, like, the 1, 2, 3, whatever. Like, it just would have been a lot better that way. But honestly, Haunted Hotel, I loved seeing this in person. Such nostalgia when I look at this theme. Like, it was just so great. I loved the Haunted Hotel so much. Probably one of my favorite themes ever, honestly. But I will say, I think number 1 on my list, probably my favorite theme of all time. Arguably one of the scariest as well. So coming up, straight at number 1, we have... A lot of you guys might kill me for this, but Spirit Station Z. This is my favorite Spirit Halloween theme of all time. Like, ever. I don't care what anyone else says. This is the most amazing theme Spirit Halloween has ever created. Spirit Station Z is the best theme ever made. I love the idea of a zombie subway station, and almost all the animatronics were fitting, even the ones that weren't really zombies. Like, I think the theme could have done without maybe, say, Roaming Antique Doll, the red one and the blue one, as well as maybe Lunging Lily. I'm not really sure if Lunging Lily is a zombie or a possessed girl, but I think it's a possessed girl. Technically, Twitching Banshee wouldn't fit in this theme either, but I don't know. She was like... She's a banshee, but it just feels like something like her would fit in this theme anyway. The lighting and effects were excellent in this theme. The spirit atmosphere effects thing, like in the sewers, were also awesome. I don't know why they stopped doing that, actually, because I loved atmosphere effects. It was an amazing thing. But I don't have anything but good things to say about this theme. I freaking loved it. It scared me too, because of stupid Twitching Banshee. But I will never forget my experience going to Spirit for the first time, solely because of this theme and the memories it brought. This theme was a masterpiece. I don't care what anyone says. Literally, like, something I'll never forget. I love this theme and I cherish the time I had there. But that was me ranking all 18 themes Spirit Halloween has done from 2015 to 2023. I will probably do another video like this next year whenever we see the themes for next year's lineup, and maybe my opinions will change on most of this stuff. But for now, I just feel like my opinions will mostly be the same. Let me know if you guys want to see this again next year. Thanks for watching. As always, let me know your rankings of these themes in the comments below. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up. This is The Realist signing off, and yeah, thanks for watching.